Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session. A good number of you have taken the AIIMS 2020 June amidst the COVID, Corona. Almost 160,000 students take the NEET PG exam, whereas 1/4 of them, 40,000 students take AIIMS PG Medical. But on any given day, AIIMS PG Medical is a benchmark in the quality of questions. So why we should take the AIIMS June session? It will tell you a very important landmark. What is the level of your preparation? How much are you ready for the game? It is a baseline investigation. From there, from now, the real game begins. In the next 200 days, you are going to face FMG, NEET PG, and that is going to decide you becoming the topper and catching up with the dream specialty. As a teacher, every year we wait for this June PGI AIIMS moment. Why? In the past 20 years, I might have discussed almost 200 occasions like this every year when AIIMS PGI happened. As a teacher, it is a very important learning point whether are we delivering what the students want. That is most important, right? So this AIIMS paper discussion analysis makes us to understand that we are giving you the right material, right? So with all that preamble, Yuddha Kshetre, Kurukshetre, so also is the NEET PG, which is more or less like a battle, is a huge battle where a lot of students with only 10,000 seats available in good post-graduation, good specialty, are competing. Is a real Kurukshetra. So let's make the great beginning, Doctor, with the initial reaction to the AIIMS question paper. Now, I hope I had very little time to prepare a PowerPoint. So that's the reason, 1 minute. Draw. Yeah. So I had a very little time, so I thought, why not on a MS Word document, let me do it. but this has a little limitation. Please tell me if the visibility is not good. I'm so happy to see 30 online students at early hours of the morning. Atul, Ravindran, Neha, so nice to see you, Neha. So, James, Priya, Divya Jyoti, Sushmita, Jansi, and many more who are all online. Let us give a Vandagam, Vanakkam to COVID, prevention of the COVID. So this question clearly says, examiner is creating new questions every time they conduct the NEET PG and AIIMS and PGI and JIPMER exams. So prevention of COVID is with the N95 mask, 60% ethanol or 70% isopropyl alcohol inactivate the viruses, and hand washing, of course. So it's an easy question to start with. The spinocerebellar tract, where does it undergo decussation? Now, first of all, you need to know what is the function of spinocerebellar tract. All the proprioceptive information, the touch, the vibration, etc., about the position of the skeletal muscles, tendons, joints, it will all be reported from the spinal cord to the cerebellum. There are two types of spinocerebellar tracts. One is called posterior spinocerebellar tract. It will not undergo any decussation. Other is the anterior spinocerebellar that undergo the decussation. So what our great man AIIMS want to know is, do you know that part of long tracts in neuroanatomy? Once more I want to tell you, Dr. 953 topics. After analyzing 30,000 MCQs, from the past 15 years of AIIMS, All India, PGI, JIPMER, DMB, after analyzing, we discovered 953 topics is all that the examiner wants. Each subject, we have 19 subjects, right? 30 to 40 topics. Long tracts. Every AIIMS, last 15 years, totally 30 question papers got released. Every question paper without a question on the long tracts. There is no question paper. Without a question on neprophysiology, that is, how does a nephron function? There is no question paper. So that is the reason, doctor, the spinocerebellar decussation, where does it happen? The spinocerebellar tract will cross to the opposite side of the body, first in the spinal cord. And while it is crossing, it forms what is called anterior white commissure. And this will once more cross again to end in the cerebellum. That's the reason it is called double cross. So that is the point you need to remember. So there are two crosses that it makes. One time it crosses to opposite side. Once more it comes back to ipsilateral side. Double cross, first cross happens in the spinal cord. That is the reason the answer for this question would be spinal cord is what you need to remember. Yes. Now, doctor, carotid sheath. James Carter says, sir, it is poorly visible. See, what you need to do, doc, is you need to go into the full vision. If you are watching on the smartphone, it may not be that visible. Okay. Now, carotid sheath. Now the question is, carotid sheath, what does it contain? Typically, it has common carotid artery, internal carotid artery, internal jugular vein, vagus nerve, deep cervical lymph nodes, sympathetic nervous system. They're all the part of the carotid sheath, but not the glossopharyngeal nerve. This is a standard MCQ. There is no surprise or thrill about answering this question. Okay? Now, the next question. Glasgow Coma scale is what type of scale? Another dustbin biscuit question. Anybody will answer, right? No big deal about it. So if you are well, Jansi is saying, sir, can you please take a separate class on tracks? No worries, doctor. Please go to onlinembbs.com. Please take an opportunity to take a subscription in the physiology, both MCQ based discussion and video based discussion. Both of them are available. No worries at all, Jansi. If you don't have the 953 high yield topic list, please call our helpline 9000-868-356. You will get that 953 open secret topics. Each topic, how much time you will take, doctor? Half an hour maximum. So if you give 400 hours to Dr. Murali Bharadwaj, I will see to that you will cross 1000 plus score. 250 out of 300 questions you will correctly answer. But you need to give 400 hours of your time to Dr. Murali, who is your dedicated everyday classmate, everyday study mate, everyday benchmate. Okay? Now, fixed dichotomy is the nature of ordinal scale. So what is meant by ordinal scale? So basically, you have two things. Dichotomy means I love you or I don't love you. That's all. WhatsApp open or WhatsApp blocked. Only two things. So good recovery, moderate disability will present a favorable outcome. Severe disability, vegetative state, death would be considered unfavorable. So this kind of an approach is called ordinal scale, is what you have to emphatically remember. So now let us quickly tell doctor, what are the 4 scales in epidemiology? So if you can remember last year, we have taken up around 300 MCQs in biostatistics. We have discussed, debated in about 20 hours in the same live online YouTube broadcast, and in the same live broadcast, and we archived all that video into onlinembbs.com video library. So doctor, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, 1 to 2 points about each of them, you should be sure. I know certain subjects are disgusting. I mean, disgusting in the sense that we don't feel motivated to read, unfortunately. Parasitology in the microbiology, oh my God. Nowadays, virology is interesting because COVID everywhere. Preventive medicine. What is the size of the sand particle in a sand filter? What is the depth of a septic latrine pit? Kaun banega PG Pati. But still we need to read, doctor, with the same amount of determination and go to the exam. Because these are all, without a question on ordinal, nominal, one of the type of the scales in biostatistics, at least one question. There is no question paper. Right? Now, in ordinal scale, the set of the categories are ordered from least to most. Like Miss America, first place, runner-up, second, third. So in Glasgow Coma scale, what will you do? With pinch, he can move. By calling Ramaya, Ramaya, open your eyes, he will open the eyes. So the eyes, motor, verbal, these are all graded. That's called ordinal. Similarly, military ranks, similarly The medical conditions like satisfactory, serious, guarded, critical. So they're all dichotomous. Ordinal scale is what you need to remember. Then what is interval scale? Scale with values. And there is the same numerical distance between each value. And this scale is having an arbitrary 0 point. Suppose if you say, how good is the free YouTube classes by Dr. Murali Bharadwaj, unemployed MD General Medicine? -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You have done that kind of a grading is an example of interval scale. Intelligence quotient is interval scale. So now what is ratio scale? There is a numerical distance between each score which is same, but the scale doesn't have a meaningful 0 point that anchors the scale. For example, somebody's income is 35% more than the other. Only you are making what? A ratio comparison. Surely the number of questions correct on quiz, I did 70% correct, 50% correct. So that such things are called ratio scale. So ordinal scale, suppose if I say WhatsApp is good, Viber is good, Hike is good, Line is good, WeChat is good, or this PG preparation app is good, that PG preparation app is good. Apps are always good, doctor. इधर के ऐप जो होता है ना दिमाग का, उसको एक्टिवेट करना, उसको चैलेंज करना. You have to remember small tiny bits of information to go for the exam. That's the reason what is required. It is not some video app which is going to make you topper. Everyday motivation to study. I want to once more tell you. So we created 3,000 hours of video library. I'm still telling you. You need to, that revolution should start from here. दिल से शुरू होना है. एक ख्वाब देखना पड़ेगा that you are going to become a plastic surgeon, cardiothoracic surgeon, something which is of your dream. That is most important, doctor. And don't worry, Dr. Murali Bharadwaj is there to hold your hand until the day you get the seat. That's my promise to all of you. Now, latex gloves are discarded in. So, once more I told you, one more question was asked. Cardiac pacemaker is discarded in which color bag? Black sheep. Have you any color? Yes, sir. White bag, blue bag, yellow bag, red bag. You should be very sure, doctor. Every entrance exam this is the favorite question. Good to see Prasun Vaidya, Sushmita, Harshit Jha, and many more. So, doctor, pathological waste, soil waste, medical chemical waste, clinical lab waste, pharmaceutical waste, they're all yellow. Red, contaminated waste which is recyclable. White, sharp waste. Blue, medical glassware waste. So you have to be 100% on this. Batti marne wala topic ke upar do questions pucha hai. Once more tomorrow when you go to the NEET PG, doctor, there is no surprise. Before us, many people became toppers. Many people finished post-graduation. So it is not something a special strategy, secret formula, kuch bhi nahi hai, bakwas hai. 953 topics. Already you will be good in 300 to 400 topics. Another 5 to 530 topics you have to master. Right? In that some numerical, some lists, some logical things, everything you should be good with. That is very important, doctor. Once more, I want to take a quick opportunity to introduce you to yes. So we created one social community where you can be able to post a lot of things. Just like the Facebook. Yes. Yeah. So I like to invite you all guys to become part of this very interesting portal, Incus.live. Incus.live is like a social community, like a Facebook. So you have uh, a lot of friends, medical students, toppers previously, and we are building a huge community. You can discover mentors and you can start posts. This is a special thing only for students, academics, and global medical students across the world. So here thousands of questions are being posted. So this area called groups, you can go to the groups. So in the groups, a lot of groups are being created, and into this we are adding a lot of question bank. So when you go to the, for example, now we are discussing AIIMS, June 2020 recall MCQs. So if you come to this group, so you can find a lot of friends, you can discover a study partner, and you can send a hello message, you can poke them, and then you can become friends, and you can do a lot, just like Facebook. But this is more for students, mentors, teachers, and a lot of academic content and the curated content. You too can post a lot of handwritten notes, etc. So I invite you all to take participation in this. So please don't forget, Incus.live is our Facebook for medical students, doctors, case presentations, and many more things. Please promote it among your friends. So, doctor, once more, let me come back to, yes. So, yeah, so that is the story. What is the definition of resistant hypertension? Beautiful question. So, any failure to achieve a target BP, typically less than 140/90, in spite of using 3 drug classes. How many drug classes do you use, doctor? We use beta blockers. Let's go into a full view. Enter full screen. Okay. So we use beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, ACE inhibitors, and diuretics. So in spite of using an alpha blockers, ARBs, in spite of using 3 classes of different drug classes, ideally one of the 3 should be a diuretic. Always remember, doctor, if somebody's hypertension is not getting down, in spite of using a couple of classes of antihypertensives, one of the common reason is in hypertensive people there is a lot of fluid retention, which will make the hypertension become resistant, especially when you are using antihypertensives that significantly provokes stimulation of renin-angiotensin system that lead to aldosterons and that lead to salt retention, water retention. That is the reason generally the principle of clinical management of hypertension is to add a diuretic. In spite of adding diuretic, if the BP is not coming down, one of the important things you need to check, एक मोटे वाले को मोटे वाला डोज रहना है बीपी, पतले वाले को पतले डोज रहना. Lot of times, is the dose optimal or not? You should check. And BP controlled but requires more than 4 antihypertensive agents. That defines the resistant hypertension is what you need to remember. Good to see Nazir Sheikh, Ravindra and many more. So somebody asked me a question, sir, why 1 a.m.? Why did you choose 1 a.m. to deliver this session? मैंने बोला, lead with example. Even in hospital while you are working, doctor, you feel that, oh my God, I can't do this night duty. Once more you will feel. But you do it. Continuously 2 night duties aa gaya, ek ke baad ek. Still you do it. Your eyes are swollen, your legs are swollen, your body is aching. But that will bring the inner power out of you. The more we stretch, the more resilient we become in any pursuit of life. Even PG preparation also like that. Sometimes we feel, oh my God, this is not my year. No. Never feel that. Never feel that. Sometimes you'll feel, अरे क्या है मैं 2 पेज पढ़े तो 3 पेज भूल रहा हूँ. No worries. Once more, you need to try. Yesterday I was watching a very good movie in Hotstar. Right? If you get a chance, please take a chance to watch that movie. The movie name is Eddie the Eagle. Eddie the Eagle. It is there in the Hotstar. Wow, my God. I enjoyed watching this movie. It's all about a guy who jumps in the Olympics from a top height. From childhood, he is dreaming and watching at that skiing. So, PG medical entrance also is like a skiing game, high jumping on the snow. So, very good movie. Please take a chance to watch it. Entrance preparation is all about not just reading. To keep ourselves upright and compete and to enjoy the game, most important. So, doctor, SSRIs. I told you that tricyclic antidepressants, SSRIs, benzodiazepines, barbiturates, psychiatric drugs है ना doctor, anxiolytics, antidepressants, antipsychotics. हम बहुत वीक रहते, naturally बहुत वीक रहते, क्योंकि except our roommate, we did not see a real schizophrenic in medical college, right? So you should be very sure. SSRIs, they're effective for sadness, panic, and compulsion. So what are SSRIs that you know, doctor? E, escitalopram, F, fluvoxamine, fluoxetine. S, sadness, sertraline. P, panic, is paroxetine. And C, the compulsive disorder, citalopram, is the one which is used, is what you need to remember. So what are the side effects of these SSRIs? S, you remember. S for stomach upset, S for sexual dysfunction, S for serotonin syndrome, and S for suicidal thoughts are SSRIs. By the time it is November, doctor, even if somebody scratches you also, you should be exuding out the subject. Once more, January after entrance is over, forget everything. Give your brain for a good formatting, right? So, tricyclic antidepressants, whereas they have anticholinergic effect. Because of that anticholinergic effect, they lead to the development of dry mouth is what you need to basically remember. Which vitamin deficiency lead to neonatal seizures? Stock MCQ in the AIIMS question bank. At least every alternative exam, this is a favorite question. Pyridoxine dependent epilepsy. It is a typical autosomal recessive disorder. There will be recurrent seizures in the prenatal, neonatal, and postnatal time. Typically, it will be resistant to all conventional anticonvulsant treatment. So, whenever there are refractory seizures, phenobarbital दिया, levetiracetam दिया, सब कुछ दिया, फिर भी सीजर्स बंद नहीं हो रहे, क्या करना बाबा? Think of pyridoxine dependent seizures. Now, for the polycystic ovarian disease, what is the management? मेरे प्यारे भारतवासियों, इस देश में एंट्रेंस एग्जाम के स्ट्रेस के वजह से our life has become too many stresses on us. So, sedentary lifestyle, obesity, exam stresses, everything is creating the PCOD increase. So you should know everything about PCOD. What are all the things that you use to manage the PCOD? But ulipristal is not used in PCOD. Where is it used? It is typically used whenever there are fibroids, which are less than 3 centimeters. Medically, if you want to shrink them down, see, all these fibroids are all estrogen dependent. You antagonize estrogen, it is like terrorists not receiving their ammunition, right? So fibroids shrink down. Similarly, when fibroid is causing no distortion to uterine cavity, you can use this ulipristal. So please keep punching some comments, doctor. I'm so happy. 1:40 AM. अरे जिंदगी में इससे बढ़कर मजा होता क्या? हाँ? मिलके पढ़ने में, मिलके एम्स के क्वेश्चंस को डिस्कस करने में, I once more feel 20 years younger, right? So I took the entrance exam in 2000. I was the topper in 2000, and I joined MD General Medicine. उस रात भी जब एम्स एग्जाम खत्म करके हम सब बैठ के हॉस्टल में क्वेश्चंस को रिकॉल करके डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. The same feeling you are giving to me, doctor, right? I should thank you all guys. Because you are vibrant at night 1:40 AM. That makes me feel that I am leading a strong army, right? So, what is ulipristal? Selective progesterone receptor modulator. So it stimulates the growth, upregulating the epidermal growth factor, and it downregulates tumor necrosis factor alpha expression. Similarly, it inhibits the growth. Also, it inhibits the growth by downregulating the insulin-like growth factor 1 expression. That's a point you need to appreciate. It has no effect on estradiol levels, and mifepristone, ulipristal acetate, they have the pro-apoptotic anti-proliferative effect on the fibroid cells. That's the reason we use it in fibroid, is what you need to remember. What will you cut when you do the episiotomy is the question. Once more, very standard. Types of episiotomy. What are the advantages of mediolateral versus median? Everything you should know, right? If you have not done episiotomy, tomorrow morning only you go running to the hospital and request, beg to borrow or steal from your from a obstetrics PG and say, give me one chance to do episiotomy, right? So there are 4 types of incision in episiotomy: midline, mediolateral, lateral, and J-shaped. So what are the structures which are cut, doctor? Posterior vaginal wall, superficial and deep transverse perineal muscles, bulbospongiosis, the fascia covering the muscles, and the transverse perineal branch of the pudendal vessels and nerves. They're all the structures which are being cut, is what you need to remember. Abhi aa gaya, favorite question. When will you check plasma levels of the lithium after they are being taken by the patient? Last dose. 12 hours. Everything, anything about digoxin, tricyclic antidepressants, lithium, there is no question paper. Pakka, you are going to master this topic, right, doctor? So every day we have a live online interactive session, doctor. I have totally about almost 120 medical teachers who have come forward after screening 1,000 videos. 1,000 teachers sent their videos, but 120 teachers super duper teachers. We have Dr. Ravi Kiran in orthopedics. He has 1000 MCQs, live online broadcast discussed. So please take every opportunity, subscribe to this YouTube channel and also tell your friends to join. Okay. So, for all of you, we are starting one very nice program, I will tell you. Every day to see this fellow called Murali Bharadwaj is boring job, right? We want to show different faces, right? So we created a very interesting program. I'll just share you something. Yeah. Yeah, I'll share you something very interesting. So if you go to this www.incus.online, if you go here, wow, Rajendra Khanna is saying, thank you so much, sir. My maximum correct answers are because of you. Oh, come on. So I say, come on. Andar se laddu pudta hai. I'll feel very happy when somebody compliment like that, right? Yesterday, one of the student, Dr. Sandeep used to be a very good companion for us in this free YouTube live broadcast discussions. So he has written that, sir, mujhe MD General Medicine Delhi mein mil gaya. Thank you so much. I felt so happy, so proud. So, doctor, here in the incus.online, if you come here, there is something called live online class courses. So we have for NEET PG FMGE, we have designed a daily live online course. So in this we have medical teachers, Dr. Apeksha, who teaches obstetrics, Dr. Gautam Chakravarti surgery, Dr. Muralidhar Reddy is an excellent anatomy teacher. Dr. Shailendra is like a flowing Ganges of pharmacology. Dr. Kulkarni sir is super duper in pathology. And you all know Dr. Chandrasekhar, who is a ENT surgeon. He writes with both the hands. So all these teachers, we have every year 5 batches, live online broadcast, every day live online broadcast. So from June 15th to September 30th, Monday to Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This will not be free on the YouTube channel. I mean, few sessions will be free, but I want you to subscribe, right? So, and every day 2 hours, 180 hours, they finish all the 19 subjects. Then October, November, December, we'll have every month a crash course, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., 6 hours. Once more, in another 180 hours, every time 180 hours is a bundle in which most important essential questions and concepts are being discussed. So the main idea is live online is something that is 100 times powerful and superior than a video library or a recorded video, because it becomes a schedule for you, regular schedule for you to prepare. So please take every opportunity and call our helpline to take a subscription to this daily live online evening 2 hours session with multiple teachers across the country. Okay, so now, doctor, coming back to our game. Yeah. 1 minute, doctor. Yeah. So the lithium, the lithium should be taken no earlier than 5 to 7 days after starting the treatment. And this level should be a 12-hour trough, that is taken approximately 12 hours after the last dose of lithium is what you need to remember. Now, these are all the numericals. एक pen paper लेके लिखना है डॉक्टर आप. Acute mania, what is the target lithium? 0.8 to 1.2. Maintenance 0.6 to 1.0. And typically you need to do lithium level, TSH level, blood urea, creatinine, and electrolytes. They are the investigations that should be followed whenever the patient is receiving the lithium, is what you need to remember. Now, what is the diagnostic test of vertigo? Easy question. Dix Halpic maneuver. So, if you want to look for any stones in the semicircular canals, canal lithiasis, especially posterior semicircular canal. Posterior semicircular canal stones are the most common cause of the benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, is what you need to remember. Now, chick sign. I'm waiting for this question. This is a repeat question, nothing new about it. Chick sign is seen in chikungunya. So, what is chikungunya? Chick sign, doctor? Typically, there is a classical pigmentation on and around the nose in chikungunya, which is called chick sign. Then, a 18-day-old neonate with facial pigmentation, he is born to a mother who had chikungunya. Similarly, the patient can have just like toxic shock syndrome lesions on the skin, once more in chikungunya. Then there can be intense erythematous purpuric plaques in chikungunya. Now, doctor, how do you treat hairy cell leukemia? Once more, I want to tell you, without a question on leukemia, lymphoma, कभी entrance होता क्या? नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा. Right? So it is cladribine. Cladribine is a purine analog. So the cladribine becomes phosphorylated into cladribine ATP, and that leads to the DNA strand breaks and inhibits the DNA synthesis. And typically it brings 95% of clinical remission, is what you need to remember. So quick facts on hairy cell leukemia. What is the age, doctor? 55. Pancytopenia is there in about 50%. There's splenomegaly and the myelofibrosis, opportunistic infections. So how do you treat? Purine analogs like cladribine and pentostatin are the ones which are being used. Splenectomy, interferon is also used. And कल के नीट पीजी में ऐसे हेयर के साथ leukemic cell को दिखाएगा dry tap on bone marrow aspiration. Very important clue. Fish tail deformity, where do you see? Is the next question. ये तो कौन बनेगा? PG पति question, right? So typically this is called fish tail deformity. A fistile deformity is seen in the distal humerus, which typically develops if the lateral trochlear ossification fails to happen and resorption occurs. Barabar? And what is its importance? It can lead to an ongoing pain, it can lead to early osteoarthrosis and functional impairment. That's the reason you need to remember. राष्ट्रीय बाल सुरक्षा कार्यक्रम, वन कार्यक्रम तो जरूर पूछेगा एग्जामिनर, छोड़ेगा नहीं. राष्ट्रीय बाल सुरक्षा कार्यक्रम, what is accept about it? Congenital cataract, vitamin A deficiency, retinopathy of prematurity, they're all the part, not congenital glaucoma. So Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram is the child health screening and early intervention services. 4 Ds: defects at birth, diseases, deficiencies, and developmental delays, including disabilities in children 0 to 18. So the overall aim is survival, improving quality of life. So what is the slogan of हमारा कोरोना एरा में? अगर जिंदगी जान के साथ जिए तो बड़ी बात है. If your life is there, that is the most precious thing. Forget about all the great things that you might have otherwise achieved, great journeys you might have made, great plans you might have had. जिंदगी रहे तो it is वो अनमोल चीज होता है. So that's the reason, be careful doctor while you are also seeing patients. Earlier, last month, once in a week, if a patient with dyspnea, with reticular nodular opacities, ground glass opacities used to come, it used to be a surprise. आजकल तो 25-30 patients are turning ground glass opacity positive when you are doing the CT as a screening. Really scary experience. So you need to be more careful. The game has just now started. Now the existing school health program under National Rural Health Mission expanded to comprehensive screening of all the children. 27 crore children are supposed to be monitored by this. So, what are the defects in birth? Neural tube defect, Down syndrome, talipes, cleft lip, cleft palate, congenital cataract, congenital deafness, congenital heart disease, and retinopathy of prematurity and developmental dysplasia of the hip. The list. इसके बीच में जरा एक congenital glaucoma लाके examiner घुसा दिया. अरे बाप, examiner को he knows how to create an MCQ. Right? So please don't forget, doctor. Vitamin A, vitamin D deficiency, goiter, severe anemia, it should be very sure. Okay? So I leave the literature for you. No worries. So please go to www.incus.live is our Facebook-like social community. Right? Where you can post a lot of views, opinions, everything, and also make friends with other medical students. Now, the patient underwent LASIK for myopia and now undergoing cataract surgery. Already refractory error के लिए LASIK surgery हो गया. अब भी undergoing cataract surgery. What is the formula for lens power calculation? मैं भी आपको पढ़ाने के लिए पढ़ना शुरू किया. I'm not an ophthalmologist, but while preparing for the answer for this question, I felt, oh my God, how painful it is. Cataract में shadow दिख रहे बाबू, shadow नहीं दिख रहे, mature है, immature है, ये बोलने के लिए ही हमको उतना ज्ञान नहीं रहता MBBS में. ऊपर से IOL कैलकुलेशन के लिए डिफरेंट फॉर्मूलास, दैट टू पोस्ट रिफ्रैक्टरी सर्जरी, एरर सर्जरी. व्हाट इज द टाइप ऑफ फॉर्मूला? टू मच डॉक्टर, टू मच. नहीं होना चाहिए ऐसे क्वेश्चंस, फिर भी एग्जामिनर पूछता है क्योंकि पूछने वाले को बोलने वाला बहुत नाजुक होता है. सो How do you estimate post-operative corneal power? One is clinical history method, contact lens method, Meloni central K method, Shamma's method, Halgi's method. Oh my God. But all these methods have evolved over a period of time. Initial days, it is Shah Rukh Khan 1, SRK 1, Binghorst formula. But if you take, doctor, recently we discussed foreign medical graduate exam question bank. In that, one of the favorite repeat old question is, what are the components of the Shah Rukh Khan formula, SRK formula? Second generation is SRK2, third is Hoffer Q and Holaday, fourth is Holaday 2 and Haigis. They are the various generations. Now, SRK formula, T formula, it uses A constant. Like that, there are few differences. Jana mat padna. कैसा भी MS ophthalmology में सीट आए तो पूरा जिंदगी यही होता है calculations. But post refractory surgery like myopia के लिए LASIK किया. अगर आप IOL का power calculate कर रहे हैं तो वो special situation. So what do you require? You need to know manifest refraction K value, clinical history method. If you use Fees-Manus method, manifest retraction K values. So there are certain parameters that are basically required. So after myopic keratorefractive surgery, IOL power calculate करने के लिए Hoffer Q is a prominent formula. Complete Greek Latin language है, फिर भी IOL is in the examiner's question bank, important topic. जरा ध्यान देके 5-6 points पढ़ लो और पॉकेट में रखो. एग्जाम में IOL आ गए तो get ready to attack the examiner. Now, corneal epithelium, this is the standard question, doctor. Corneal epithelium is a non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, 5 to 6 cells thick, and it is in the front of the cornea. And Bowman's layer के बारे में, what is the favorite MCQ of the examiner, doctor? It is acellular. It is non-regenerating. इसके लिए और एक जन्म लेना नहीं होता. मर गया तो मर गया. Non-regenerating layer, which is located between epithelial basement membrane and the anterior corneal stroma. So what does Bowman's layer basically contain? It has got randomly oriented collagen fibrils within the extracellular matrix. And it is approximately 8 to 14 micrometers thick is what you need to appreciate. And unmyelinated nerve axons penetrate this Bowman's layer irregularly across the cornea and ultimately provide the epithelial innervation is what I want to underscore to all of you. ये तो नर्सिंग एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन होता है. एक पेशेंट को ऑइंटमेंट दिया, आंख में डालने के लिए ड्रॉप्स भी दिया. पहला ड्रॉप लगाना, ऑइंटमेंट लगाना. अगर लगाए तो कितने देर रहना है दोनों के बीच में? प्योर नर्सिंग क्वेश्चन. अच्छा भैया, व्हाट इज द ऑर्डर इन व्हिच यू अप्लाई? आर्टिफिशियल लुब्रिकेंट सॉल्यूशंस, टीयर ड्रॉप्स रहता है ना, वो फर्स्ट, देन medicated drops, then suspensions, then gels, lastly ointment. अगर आप artificial lubricant tear drops लगा रहे और medicated solution भी लगा रहे, अगर लगा रहे तो 2 types of drops लगा रहे तो 5 minutes should be between one drop and another. Whereas drops के बाद ointment लगा रहे तो 10 से 15 मिनट ये दोनों के बीच में difference रहना. And suppose if it is a contact lens wearers, ask them to remove the contact lens before each application medication and wait for 30 minutes before putting back the contact lens. That is going to be the NEET PG MCQ. Barabar? Now, dihydropyridine and rhinodine receptors, how are they coupled? वो क्वेश्चन देखते ही मुझे अम्मा I know dihydropyridine, rhinodine are something related to muscle calcium release, sarcoplasmic and what is that called? SCR, sarcoplasmic reticulum. That much is too much. अरे बाबा ऊपर से क्या है dihydropyridine, rhinodine, chemically attached, mechanically attached, electrically attached. Will I become a micromolecule and sit inside the muscle and learn it? Too much now. So you should remember rhinodine receptors, they mediate the release of the calcium ions from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is very important for the contraction of the muscle. Once more, doctor, what is the favorite topic of the examiner? Smooth muscle contraction, skeletal muscle contraction, excitation, contraction, coupling, neuromuscular junction physiology. अरे बाप ये सब तो बराबर गर्मा गर्म पढ़ के जाना है एग्जाम को. So now, doctor, in the skeletal muscle, activation of the rhinodine receptors, it occurs via physical coupling to the dihydropyridine receptors. What are dihydropyridine? They are voltage dependent. L-type calcium channel. Whereas in cardiac muscle, the main mechanism is calcium-induced calcium release, which causes the calcium outflow from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So that is the main difference. Vimal, only Vimal. What is Vimal saying? Good morning, sir. Lot of respect for your dedication. It is midnight and you are teaching. By jara politicians and coaching gurus, नौटंकी ज्यादा रहता है. Don't get confused. ये पाठ हम कल सुबह भी पढ़ सकते, मगर अभी क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं? It is a political step. We want to inspire you guys that at 47, if Dr. Murali Bharadwaj is able to wake up at 2 o'clock and bubbling with enthusiasm, why can't I be able to study at 23, 25, 26? That is what we want to cause a dihydropyridine rhinodine induction for you to get. So the role of the teacher is 10% teaching, 90% theatrical drama. So be very sure about it. If you are really feeling sleepy, please take a good night's sleep. No worries, but still we will try to clear most of the questions. So, doctor, the next question. TENS क्या होता है, doctor? Transcutaneous electrical nervous stimulation. Chinese का acupuncture बोलते हैं, बोल के सुना है ना? हाँ. So one more interesting, super duper movie. I always, whenever I'm in a low state, I watch some movies. I told you, no, Eddie the Eagle, beautiful movie. Eddie the Eagle. It is there in the Hotstar, Disney's Hotstar. It is there. Please take a chance to watch. Karate Kid. You have seen that movie now, Karate Kid. They're not an older one, recent one. So acupuncture, what is the power of it, he will show. So that is called gate control theory. So gate control theory, matlab, imagine spinal cord is having a gate. पूरा pain जो भी spinal cord reach हो रहा है, वो gate लगा के it will prevent the pain from going up. That's called gate control theory, which is the basis in case of the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. Abba, we come to pakka Greek Latin question है भैया ये. Negative feedback mechanism with gain equal to infinity कहाँ होता है? Too much. मोक्ष पाने के लिए बहुत सूक्ष्म बात हो रही है, फिर भी मेरे प्यारे भारतवासियों ऐसे चीजों को इमेजिन करके आंसर करना पड़ता, राइट? फॉर मी ऑल्सो फर्स्ट टाइम अरे भाई ये गेन इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी क्या है, कुछ भी नहीं है, very simple. If you look at the blood volume regulation by the kidney, how does it happen? You are having a glomerulus. It is having a Bowman's capsule. Blood is coming from afferent arteriole and leaving by efferent arteriole, and that is causing the glomerular filtration, GFR. So typically whenever the blood volume increases, it will increase the afferent flow, increases the GFR, increases the diuresis, and lead to increased loss of water. Right? So any increase of blood volume is indirectly causing a diuresis. Similarly, any decrease of the blood volume will lead to water retention. So I say negative feedback mechanism where the gain is infinity is a feature of blood volume regulation by the kidney. उसके ऊपर ज्यादा डिस्कस करें तो फन चले जाता है. सो इसलिए डॉक्टर, आई लीव द लिटरेचर फॉर यू. I leave this PDF in incus.live. I will post this PDF in incus.live. Please take a chance to subscribe. So this is how the mean arterial pressure and sodium intake and output, they both are related, which is the answer for this question. Now, a single neuron excited by 500 sensory inputs, what is that called? That's called convergence. What's the big deal? So, divergence hota hai when the weak signal centers a neuronal pole and they lead to far greater number of fibers leaving the pool, they get excited. That's called divergence. Convergence means multiple inputs uniting to excite a single neuron. That's called convergence. Now, which value is not required to measure the creatinine clearance? इसके लिए आपको creatinine clearance का formula समझना है. Yes. Vimal is saying, sir, this time in AIIMS, many of the questions were easy, but many that no one has taught. Correct. Taught or taught. So, actually, doctor, a lot of times we think, भैया ये एग्जाम बहुत टफ एग्जाम है, इजी एग्जाम है, ऐसा सोचते हैं. It's all relativity, doctor. If you finished 953 topics, subscribe to onlinembbs.com video library, subscribe to live online sessions on the Incus. Every day get a mentor to spend time with you to revise the MCQs for a couple of hours. Be motivated. That is the only secret. First revision looks tough. Second revision, khelte. Third revision, you don't need to look at anything. You should already have what are the 1,000 things that I need to finish. Like Kausalya, Suprajara, Mapurva Sandhya, Pravartate, like that. Suprabhatam, the way involuntarily you recite it. Similarly, you should know P450 inhibitors, P450 inducers. फटाफट रिविजन करके छोड़ देना by the time it is October, November. So that should be the goal. So it is all about the theory of relativity, doctor. Please keep it in mind. First time looks tough. As you go forward, you become better. So doctor, if you look at the creatinine clearance, you will take a 24-hour urine sample. The creatinine concentration in a 24-hour urine and 24-hour urine volume per minute, and plasma creatinine concentration is in the denominator, and there is a correction factor. So that is the reason these three are correct statements: urine creatinine in 24 hours, serum creatinine, and volume of the serum passing to the kidney in 24 hours. They are all the determining factors of the creatinine clearance, is what you need to remember. Now, doctor, a 65-year-old person comes for a normal checkup. His BP systolic is 190, diastolic is 100, and that is called wide pulse pressure. So what is the reason for such a wide pulse pressure? Always diastolic pressure is dependent on what, doctor? On the total peripheral resistance. Suppose if you give any diuretic or a vasodilator and bring down the total peripheral resistance, the diastolic will start going down. Similarly, conditions like aortic regurgitation, where there is a diastolic runoff of the blood, there also the diastolic pressure will come down. So, what factors affect the pulse pressure is a very important question. Stroke volume of the heart. Any increase in stroke volume will increase the pulse pressure. Arterial compliance, that is the answer for this question. So, decrease in arterial compliance will cause an increase in the pulse pressure, is what you need to remember. Now, a 50-year-old chronic smoker, mild recurrent hemoptysis, without fever, without weight loss. A good number of times, those who had been smoking since long period of time, who has got bronchitis, may have a little cough and they start recurrently spitting the blood. The only thing is, because it is not that he really has got cancer, it is because of the chronic bronchitis which had an acute bronchitis flare. That's the underlying cause. So that is the reason, doctor, fiber optic bronchoscopy is the first thing. If the lung is not showing any lesions, fiber optic bronchoscopy, then if required, CECT. That's the typical progress. So we should know what are the sensitivities of each of these various investigations to identify the presence of the underlying cause of recurrent hemoptysis. Non-ST elevation MI. Fundamental question, doctor. अगर इस question को wrong करे तो I will give free coaching as a social responsibility. You should remember, आप thrombolytic therapy शुरू करने के पहले क्या देखना है, doctor? What is an indication? So you have a P wave, QRS, T wave. So there is a ST elevation. So presence of the ST segment elevation or the presence of the left bundle branch block. Left bundle branch block. You all know very well. Marrow. That is a typical pattern of the QRS with M-like pattern, and the other one is W-like pattern. In the V6 lead, this is V1 lead. That is right bundle branch block. Then William, that is a W-like pattern in the lead V1, and in the V6, the presence of the M-like pattern is called left bundle branch block. So left bundle branch block is also called the equivalent of ST elevation. So presence of either LBBB, which is new, or ST elevation within 12 hours of the onset of symptoms if the patient comes, without any contraindications for fibrinolysis, that becomes a indication for giving the streptokinase like agent, is what you need to basically remember. Now, doctor, for you to call STEMI, what is required? Any new ST elevation at the J point, at least 2 contiguous leads of 2 millimeters or more in men or is called as ST elevation. So I leave the literature for you. हमने बहुत बार डिस्कस किया myocardial infarction. Without that, there is no PG medical entrance question paper. Everything, anything about it, you should know, right? Hardly there will be 50 points to know about MI, right, doc? So once more, I tell you the same thing. Please be part of our online mbbs.com video library and take a chance. You have the PowerPoints, videos, everything available. Patient is on metoprolol, beta blocker, verapamil, calcium channel blocker. You have given the combination. First of all, whenever a patient comes in sinus bradycardia, what is the cause, doctor? Recently, some person started beta blocker for treating his hypertension. That is the most common reason why patients will end up in sinus bradycardia when they come to your OP. Barabar? So, if you give beta blocker, bradycardia, on the top of it, you give a calcium channel blocker which is active on the AV node. That leads to AV block. That is the typical combination. Always, whenever a patient is having congestive heart failure, आपने सब कुछ किया, फिर भी fetal edema continuing, shortness of breath continuing, CHF is not resolving. What are the 2 drugs you should have to look in their medications? Is that lady is on calcium channel blocker, because calcium channel blocker will lead to negative chronotrophic effect on the heart that make the CHF become refractory. So in all CHF patients who are refractory to treatment, it's mandatory that you need to look for the presence of the calcium channel blocker in their prescription. That's what you need to remember. Bloody diarrhea with the inflamed joint and pain. He can't see uveitis. He can't pee urethritis. He can't climb arthritis. Combination is called reactive arthritis, otherwise called reactive arthritis, otherwise called retest. So, reactive arthritis is post-chlamydia, post-salmonella, post-shigella, yersinia, campylobacter. One of the routine MCQs, no big deal. Oh my God. Guillain-Barré syndrome में steroid इस्तेमाल नहीं करना. Favorite MCQ. Even a LKG kid will also answer. You will give IV immunoglobulin, you do plasmapheresis, you give ventilatory support, but not corticosteroid. Now, what are the complications of blood transfusion, which is massive blood transfusion, is the favorite question of the examiner. So you should know all complications of massive transfusion. Hypokalemia, yes sir. Do you have? Yes sir. Hyperkalemia, yes sir. Hypocalcemia, yes sir. Not hyper. So you should remember there is a hypothermia, coagulopathy, complications of the massive blood transfusion. You should not forget. Ankur is asking a question. Sir, I have finished the first reading of 14 subjects. Excellent. I am doing fine because I feel I am not able to remember some of them. Ankur, you have done everything right, better. But after reading 14 subjects, have you taken your girlfriend for a ball dance and at least for a first show movie and a candlelit dinner and celebrated that you finished 14 subjects? If you don't do that, Ankur, pura 14 subjects bhul jaoge. So please don't forget to give right away a call to your girlfriend and say, tomorrow only let us have a date so that all 14 subjects I will remember. So doctor, it's a, see, first round mein kya hota na? It is like having whiskey. First peg is meant to be a starter. Second peg में थोड़ा सच्चाई बाहर निकलता है. After that, a small 30 ml में आप तो खाली सत्यभाषी बनते हैं. So when you prepare for entrance exam also, doctor, first reading में retinitis pigmentosa में 10 points, retinoblastoma में 10 points, neuroblastoma में 10 points, all plucking the leaves, tea leaves. Second, nicely grinding them, right? So that time, एक pen paper रहना. How to remember is the challenge. That's the reason don't think to read extensively. Try to see that as less you read, the more chance of your consolidating, right? That's very important. Now, third reading, if time is there, good. If time is not there, also you should go and hit the exam. So that's it. That's the strategy, right? Atul is asking a very good question. Sir, suppose if there is no girlfriend, what to do? Array. Atul, your best friend will have a girlfriend now. And your best friend has a night duty now. Then who will take her for a party? You have to take her for a party, right? So don't worry. Get a girlfriend for rent. But take a break. Life is not all about reading, right? Now, good to see Padma and many more who are all online. Good. So, doctor, thrombocytopenia, citrate toxicity, what does it lead to? Hypocalcemia, coagulopathy, myocardial depression, and hemolysis will lead to hyperkalemia, and compartment syndrome, leukopenia, metabolic acidosis, and finally, TRALI hota hai. Transfusion related acute lung injury is what you need to remember. Every NEET PG, every FMGE, every AIIMS PGA Chipmunk. Chad score, Glasgow score, Apache score, Chapati score. One score definitely will be asked. आज जून 2020 का स्कोर क्या है एम्स एग्जामिनर का? ABCD2 स्कोरिंग. ABCD2 स्कोरिंग आपको मालूम होना है. व्हाट इज ABCD2? A, age more than 60, blood pressure systolic more than 140, diastolic more than 90. Clinical features of TIA, unilateral weakness, speech impairment, and the duration if the TIA is more than 60 minutes. And presence of diabetes. They decide whether this patient presenting with the harbinger signs of the stroke, is he going to progress towards stroke, is very, very important. ABCD2. Bilirubin banega, lumirubin. Bilirubin becomes converted into lumirubin in phototherapy. Is everything given in online MBBS group, sir? Definitely, sir. Right? And once more, I like to tell you all, Incus.live is like a Facebook for all medical students. So we are building a huge community globally. Kenya, Africa, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, all places. Those preparing for USMLE, everyone is going to be the part of the community. So there we are posting all these questions and all these PDFs we will upload. So be part of that. And you also, some nice handwritten notes, mnemonics, please post and be helpful for others. So doctor, what are the signs of severe dehydration? This is one of the routine biscuit question in AIIMS exam. So you should know, doctor. Well alert, restless, irritable versus lethargic, unconscious, floppy, then it is severe dehydration. Thirsty hota hai, some dehydration, drinks poorly, not able to drink hota hai, severe dehydration. Barabar? So what examiner asks you? Drowsy, severe, pinching abdomen goes back slowly, severe, shrinkage, severe, thirsty hota hai, some dehydration, some not severe. Okay, So now, Wheels disease, EMJH medium, everybody know. So Wheels, typically the spirochete is seen on Leptospira icterohemorrhagica. The closest differential diagnosis of that is malaria, because malaria lead to renal failure, malaria lead to jaundice, leptospira lead to renal failure, leptospira lead to jaundice. So that's the reason. So how do you treat leptospira, doctor? You will be giving crystalline, penicillin, ceftriaxone, such agents are given, just like syphilis, right? Now, Ebola virus, it is a filovirus, bat is a reservoir, nosocomial root, not mosquito. Not mosquito. So these are the wild animals spending their honeymoon, and eating them or close contact with these infected animals will make the humans. And human to human transmission is through the blood or body fluids. So reservoir hosts are bats, is what you need to remember. Shanti, 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 doctor. So Vimal is saying, sir, I appeared for 2020 this year, but I didn't get my branch of choice. Started preparing for mid-year AIIMS. I don't want how to go ahead, sir. Sir, I need suggestion. Bhaiya, even if your all classmates have settled in post-graduation, even Corona has gone away. Don't forget Vimal. Only Vimal. Only Vimal. You have Dr. Murli Bharadwaj and all your YouTube mates, WhatsApp mates, Telegram mates. They're all waiting to spend time with you every day. So don't worry. Our job is over with writing exam, Vimal. रिजल्ट के बारे में सोचना नहीं, आगे बढ़ो. The moment 953 topics में, if you get strong, nobody in this world can be able to come and stop you. वारे वाह, बहुत मजा आ गया. Now the time to go to sleep. We all had that academic orgasm, right? So doctor, once more, let us sit tomorrow evening 4 p.m. and take up some more questions. आपको क्या लगा? AIIMS paper देखे तो simple, very simple paper. Yellow color, blue color, which color, waste disposal, known expected question, right? Rhinodine receptor, dihydropyridine receptor. Even if you are gold medalist in physiology, I doubt whether you can answer. Similarly, IOL ka power, I doubt whether MS ophthalmology student can answer also. So some questions you can't help. Some questions you can guess. But 80% of questions you can expect them and attack the question paper. Once more, see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. and have a wonderful sleep. You labored a lot with the exam. Good night.